now the chair of the House Democratic Caucus, Congressman Pete Aguilar of California. He was a member of the House January 6th committee. Congressman, thanks for being here. It is jarring, no matter how many times we've watched it this morning, to watch the President of the United States during the State of the Union say January 6th was bad, but true patriots won and democracy survived. And to see the Speaker of the House over the president's left shoulder, smirking at first, then shaking his head, and then sitting on his hands and refusing to applaud that. But I guess that's where the Republican Party is right now.
That's just who they are, Willie. But it was an important moment in the speech, and I thought the president absolutely nailed it in protecting democracy, but also pointing out the hypocrisy of those of our colleagues across the aisle who still, continue to this day to apologize for Donald Trump and to call these, insurrectionists and to just, give them more credit than they should have. It is just, wild to me that they still do that. But the January 6th committee was very methodical, very clear. We went through hours and hours of testimony, and the result was clear, and you guys have talked about it. Donald Trump tried to stop a free and fair election, and there are people in that room who don't believe that happened. And it's shocking. But I thought the president was incredibly clear, especially by calling on everyone in every zip code to protect democracy and join in this effort. But that moment where he said, it's not just a good election when you win. That it was important. I thought it was at his best last night.
And obviously, Speaker Johnson, job one for him is to please the boss, Donald Trump, so he cannot even applaud and agree that January 6th was a bad day. Really striking. So, Congressman, I'm curious about your sense of the room last night, what it was like, which is, listen, you're a Democrat, you talk to your voters, you talk to supporters, people who do like Joe Biden, who support Joe Biden, but they do worry about his age at 81 years old. Came out with energy, came out forcefully from the beginning. It lasted through all 67 minutes of the speech. Ad-libbed some lines, took it up with the crowd a little bit, fought with some Republicans with a smile on his face. What was your sense of the tone in the room?
I thought Joe Biden did an incredible job. That is just who he is. He led with empathy. He was compassionate. He was forceful. He was clear. And he laid out a positive vision while talking about all of the work that we have done. But the importance of talking about the bipartisan proposals, both that we have passed, but also bipartisan proposals that Republicans continue to bat away now. That was important. But in the room, I thought the energy was great. I thought the president did an amazing job. And everyone there, we were standing, we were applauding. We were thankful that he was laying out a positive vision. But that's just who Joe Biden is, leading with empathy, standing for his values, defending democracy, defending abortion, and laying out a positive vision. I thought Joe Biden did everything that he needed to do last night, and it was a great speech.
Certainly got a boost in fundraising and perhaps enthusiasm now from Democrats. Chair of the House Democratic Caucus, Congressman Pete Aguilar of California. Congressman, thanks. We always appreciate your time.